If you've ever felt overwhelmed by advice, opinions, trends, or you should be doing this voices in business, this episode is for you. Especially if you're in the beauty industry, where everyone has an opinion, everyone has a course, and everyone seems to know what you should be doing next. Today, I want to talk about how to make confident business decisions in an industry full of noise without burning out, second-guessing yourself, or chasing every shiny object. In the last episode, I talked about why most lash adhesives fail artists and why standards matter. This episode is the mindset behind that. Because standards don't come from trends, they come from decision-making. I've been in this industry for over a decade. I've taken courses, I've taught students, I've opened a salon, I've closed a salon, I've sold on Amazon, I've stepped back, and now I've rebuilt. The biggest lesson I learned is this. The loudest advice is rarely the best advice. The problem is there's too much noise. Let me paint you the picture. We live in a time where information is endless. Every scroll tells you need a new product. You need a faster system. You're behind. Everyone else has it figured out. And if you're not careful, you stop listening to your own judgment. In the lash industry alone, one person says faster is better. Another says slow is safe. One says cheap sells. Another says premium only. One says switch adhesives constantly. Another says loyalty matters. It's exhausting. And here's the part no one likes to say out loud. Most people giving advice are speaking from their moment, not your reality. Different experience, different standards, different values. Why confidence comes from standards and not speed? Confidence in business doesn't come from moving fast. It comes from knowing why you said yes and why you said no. The best decisions were never rushed. They were rooted. When it came to products, formulas, and how I built my brand, I didn't chase trends. I asked, would I use this on my own clients? Would I teach this to my students? Would I still stand behind this 5 years from now? And if the answer wasn't a clear yes, it was a no. Standards protect you from regret. It's so easy to chase trends because you wake up every single day, you open your phone, and in social media, you've got somebody giving a Lash Tip Tuesday or somebody who is a complete beginner. And because they took a lash course, now 3 months into their career, they want to teach. You have to question, who am I listening to? If I wouldn't trade places with this person, I wouldn't take their advice. How to filter the noise. I'm going to give you an actionable framework that will give you a simple way to filter noise before it becomes pressure. So if you have a pen and paper ready or jot this down in your cell phone, I'm going to give you 4 questions to ask yourself to help you figure it out. Question 1, does this align with my values? If a decision makes you uneasy, rushed, or disconnected, listen to that. Question 2, is this advice coming from experience or urgency? Urgency often benefits the person selling, not the person listening. A lot of times, if you see offers, it's always based on FOMO philosophy or selling out, it's time limited. You have to question, is this person trying to sell me something, or do they have my best interests at heart? Do they really care what product, service, or training that they're putting out into the world? Question 3, would I still choose this if no one was watching? This question alone removes ego, comparison, and fear. Obviously, we all care about our image. We all care about how we present ourselves to the world. But if no one was watching, would I still make the same decision? That is usually what I use to help me keep aligned with my values. Question 4, does this raise my standards or lower them? Not everything that's popular is sustainable. How many trends have you seen on social media? It's one trend this week and then another trend next month. If you follow every single trend, you really don't have your own identity. How are you going to create your own identity if you're following all these other trends and other people's trends? It's so easy to want to do something that's trendy because you think you will gain from that. But I would suggest that you really question whether something that is trendy is really right for you. Tie back whether this is about pricing, products, education, or even when to pivot. These questions will slow you down in the best way. I hope it really helps you because it's really helped me not only in my last career and business, but also in life. The cost of ignoring your own judgment. Some of my hardest lessons came from ignoring my intuition because someone louder sounded more confident. And every time the cost was the same: stress, backtracking, rebuilding trust with myself. If you've made decisions you regret, that doesn't mean you failed. It means you're learning discernment. And discernment is a skill, not a personality trait. Everything you don't know in a skill, you can learn. Everything that you go through in business and in life adds to your book of lessons. You've never failed if you're able to manage your mindset and look at every situation as you learn something, whether it's a skill or from an experience. And because of that, you already won. I want you to think about and reframe confidence. Confidence isn't about certainty. No one goes through life being 100% certain, and there are no guarantees in life that even if you do something, the result is going to be what you want. Confidence is about being willing to stand by your standards, even when it's quieter, slower, or less flashy, especially then. I have learned so much over the last 10 years in my business and being in the lash industry that I know the greatest lesson for me is not to tie my value or my confidence to the end result. It's about how you show up. And if you're willing to stand up for your values, at the end, the fact that you tried and you put yourself out there, that's what matters. The right decision often feels calm and not exciting. If there's one thing I hope you take from this episode, it's this. You don't need more advice. You need clearer standards. When your standards are clear, decisions become easier and regret becomes rare. In the next episode, I want to talk about something many people avoid: dealing with haters, competition, integrity, and what happens when you choose to do business the right way in an industry that doesn't always reward it. We'll talk about staying grounded, protecting your reputation, and why integrity still matters, even when it costs you. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to follow the show, leave a rating, or share it with someone who needs a little clarity right now. Thank you for being here and for choosing standards over noise.